Hello and welcome to Thirsty Thursdays with a therapist, where we quench the thirst in your relationships with tools and tips and cool tidbits. Today, I want to talk about navigating the holidays through the lens of the middle ground. Finding the middle ground as you make plans and put all the different pieces together, preparing for the holidays. This is a time that can be really stressful for people in general. I mean, there's so many different factors: money, traveling, planning. We tend to really overcommit and push ourselves. And then when you bring it down to being in a relationship, you've got two different sets of families. You've got extended families. Sometimes there can be stress and bumping of heads there, and different personalities and different traditions. And there's just so much that can easily create some anxiety. And so I wanted to talk about how you might lighten your load a bit and make yourself less susceptible to becoming overwhelmed, and being better able to manage that stress with what you are doing before that family gathering, before you travel, before the guests arrive at your house, before that family dinner. And that really can be through some really simple things that you can do as far as the logistics and planning piece for the holidays. And so finding the middle ground, what might that look like, Jaleisha? That could look like you deciding, you know what, mom really wants us to come down tonight after I get off work. She wants to have the full weekend with us. But I'm just really exhausted. I know I'm going to be tired. I have this big project I'm finishing up. So you know what? I am going to make the decision to go home after work tonight, and we'll get up early tomorrow, fresh-faced, having had a lot of sleep, feeling really well rested, and that will put you in a better space. You have more of a threshold to deal with any chaos that comes up in the holidays. If you show up that night, you're on E, your tank is empty, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you just want to go to sleep, but then maybe you feel pressure to stay up and talk with your mom and play with the dog and catch up, but you're just exhausted. You're much more likely to be really upset, or maybe more easily triggered, if your mom says something about that scarf you're wearing. Like, you might lose your mind. And so maybe that's a little dramatic. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, making that small little tweak, not pushing yourself to have to go all the way. And so that's what I mean when I say this term, all or nothing. It doesn't have to be that way. How can we play in the middle? So what's another way that you might play in the middle? It might be maybe every year you tend to stay with your in-laws for 4 or 5 days for a particular holiday. Maybe you consider staying 3 days. Maybe you consider your partner going a day or two before you. If there are reasons that make more sense and lower stress for you, then I say that that's something to at least consider or explore. Another simple thing that might be you looking through this in a lens of working in the middle is maybe you buy a cake instead of baking a cake. I mean, sometimes we really push ourselves to do so much. Where can you cut back to conserve your energy and to have a stronger threshold to deal with comments and different personalities and just the chaos that can come from family gatherings? There are small things that you can do beforehand that you can say no to better equip yourself with being able to manage those sort of stressors. And so I also want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, I did create a little tip sheet. It's got 5 really solid tips on helping you to navigate the holidays. And this is just one little snippet of it. And so if you want the full thing, it's totally free. It's called Surviving the Holidays When Anxious and Annoyed. And if you click on the link below, you guys can get that goodie and maybe get some other really great tips that could help you out. I'm going to do another video, so make sure that you are tuning in where I'm going to be talking about boundaries and really setting boundaries and what that looks like. I want to challenge some different myths that I think we attach to boundaries, and give you a different picture of what they can look like. So tune in for that. I will see you then. Make sure you check out the goodie, Surviving the Holidays When Anxious and Annoyed, and I will see you next time.